All right. This is my journal for the semester. I'll explain. I did post I linked my posts in the email for the whole semester. So those also indicate pretty well what I did. But what I'm going to talk about in this video is actually this is my write-up that I did for my internship this semester, and I got to do a lot of software engineering, and it reminded me a lot of the class prerequisite to this one, the CIT 262, I think, the systems analysis and design. And this class was just kind of another opportunity to really enhance those skills and keep working on them. So I used a lot of those skills in my internship. Let me explain. I also have a full-time job now at this company, and I started out just kind of like the internship was tech support was my everyday job, but I actually was replacing their SQL, PHP, basically their web developer who had just left. So they didn't want to start me off at that pay, obviously, since I was more of an intern. But I got a lot of opportunities to work in development in the software engineering. And it reminded me a lot of the class because what I did a lot was I reverse engineered the programs. And there were a lot of different, how do I say this? There were a lot of different strategies or development patterns used in all these web applications, because there were probably 100 web applications. Obviously, some were really simple and others were really complex. And a lot of them were developed very poorly, but as time went on, they got better programmers to develop some of these applications, and they were built using the MVC pattern combined with the application controller pattern, which was probably my biggest struggle all semester, was understanding those. But as I reflected throughout the semester and learned more about them, I was able to use that ability I guess I don't really read much in here, but I just reverse engineered these applications that were written with the application controller pattern and the MVC pattern. And it really helped me to figure out how they worked together. So it was really exciting to see that, especially the model view controller might make the most sense to me. I still don't really get the difference by throwing in the application controller pattern, because the way that they're set up at work is there's subfolders underneath each web app, and it's the model, the view, and the controller. But so I'm not sure really if it is an application controller pattern or if it's just the controller from the model view controller pattern. Still confused about that, but it's really helped me to realize what the model is, what the views are, and then how the controller passes the information from the views to the model and back and forth. And it also makes it a lot more obscure, or a lot more secure through obscurity, since you're passing this information through the controller. It's hidden to the user. A lot of times it's sent via the post method in PHP in web applications, and so it's hidden, or a lot of times it's encrypted. Anyways, it's interesting how it's all worked out, and this class has really helped me with that the most, I would say. I also as I was learning about sequence diagrams, sitting down, working on reverse engineering an application because a user wanted just a slight function upgrade, but I did not write this application, so I had no idea how the information was passed around. And I just couldn't, it was too much for me to sit down and keep in my mind all at once. So I decided I would write up a sequence diagram. And since I had just been reviewing it, it was fresh in my mind, and it worked out perfectly because I was able to write down where the information was going and see the sequence of how the information was passed along. So I really feel like this class helped me a lot, and thank goodness for my internship and my job that I was able to implement these things. So I feel like they really stuck, and it really helped me to standardize my program and software development. And yeah, thanks for listening.